What's up, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. If this is not, welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about a little bit of gold for you entrepreneurs and business owners. That is some sales advice. There are so many books and courses and coaches and gurus and ways of sales. Just like I used to say as a nutrition coach, there's no one best diet. It's the diet that works is the one that you should do. And that's the same with sales. However, today we're going to talk about what works really well for small business and small entrepreneurs. I'm talking anyone under $100 million of gross revenue. Let's get going. Today, since we're talking about sales advice for small business owners, one of the most important things you can do for your mindset is educate yourself on money and understand that money is just paper. Money is just a digital readout on your computer, and leverage. And the more paper, digital readout on your computer and leverage you have, the more impact you can make, the more people's lives you can change, and the more good you could do. Or bad, I suppose, but we'll focus on the good. And if you're too afraid to ask for a sale or money, you have a scarcity mindset. Educating yourself on money mindset, whether it's through my e-course or not, will make a huge difference in your sales. I'm going to give you 3 ways to increase your sales in your business. All right. So buckle up, sit down, and pay attention. Number 1, I'm going to lead in with a story. Number 1, build relationships. Yesterday, I opened a bank account. I have a lot of bank accounts. A lot. I don't even know. A dozen, something like that. Maybe more. I wanted to open a bank account with a new bank. All right. Fundamentally, that's a sale, guys. Going into a bank and opening a new account, that's a sale. All right. Not only for the bank, but for me as a consumer. So you need to think about sales for the whole perspective, not just collecting money. All right. And I sat down in this bank and they asked me, they said, why did you choose this bank? And that was a really good question. And I said, you're a local bank, you're a town bank, and I'm all about relationships. And in my experience, small banks, credit unions value the relationship with the customer more than they do the transaction. And her eyes lit up. She goes, all we care about are relationships, and our bank's been around 150 years. Which puts on display exactly what I'm explaining. The conversation that I had with the branch manager and assistant branch manager was fantastic. They didn't just care about me opening a bank account. They cared about who I was. They cared about what I stood for and what I've done. And of course, they were impressed. And honestly, most people that I run into are impressed with what I've done. But that's not the point. I don't walk around thinking I'm better than people because I've accomplished more. I try to put myself in situations where I've accomplished the least. It's honest. But they cared about the relationship. They cared about me. They cared about the business. They cared about my family. They cared about where I lived. They cared about my family if I had it. They cared about everything. And I asked the same questions. So the first thing you could do to increase sales in your business is stop trying to make a sale and focus on building the relationship, building your network, opening new relationships, opening new people into your life to understand who they are before you try to ask them for money. That's the first step, guys, building relationships. Number 2, once you've built the relationship, educate that person. So for instance, using yesterday as an example, they asked me who I am, what do I do? Well, that gives me the opportunity to open up to what I do and what I've done. I educated that bank on who I am, what I'm a part of, what I've done, and where I'm going, which blew their mind even more. And they were like, wow, we could really use you around this bank. And I was like, yeah, I would be absolutely honored if you kept me in your mind when you do these local events, whether it's me donating, whether it's me sponsoring, whether it's me collecting money. It's a relationship. It goes each way. So once you've built the relationship, number one, and it doesn't have to be in the same day. The second thing you need to do is educate that person. Let's turn it around and let's say you have a client in front of you that might be buying from you. Build that relationship and then educate them. Recently, I was working with a financial advisor, one of my students, and I was telling that person that they need to not tell their potential clients that they're going to take their money and do something with it. They need to tell that customer what exactly they're going to do with their money and how they're going to do it, when they're going to do it, down to the detail of educating the customer how they're going to make that customer more money as a financial advisor, exactly how they're going to do it, when they're going to do it, and all the intricacies by educating that customer. Build trust, guys. Build trust. Build the relationships, educate, build trust by educating, and then we move into number 3. After you've built the relationship and educate, I want you to understand that you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, which means you need to listen more and speak less. Ask quality questions. Ask questions that get the answers that you're looking for, especially if you're a business owner trying to make more sales. You've built the relationship. You've been educating them. Now ask questions. How can I help you? What can I do for you? Do you want my help with this situation? We can do that for you. What is the best way of doing this for you? And ask educated questions to these people. That's it. That's all, guys. That's all you have to do to increase your sales in your business, which is basic advice. If you're under $100 million, take this advice. Build relationships, educate the relationships, listen more, speak less. That's it. I love you guys. I appreciate you being here. I hope you learned something today. That's all I care about, building the community, that you've learned something. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and drop a comment, and I'll catch you next time.